Honorable Prime Minister of Mauritius, dear Executive Secretary of ADEA, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me to address the opening of this triennial ADEA, which I commend the government of Mauritius for co-hosting. Well, we all know that this continent and the world, of course, have dramatically changed since your last meeting 5 years ago already. As we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic has carried devastating impacts compounded by the multiple crises, climate change, rising food and energy prices, the specter of a global recession. It's setting back progress made over decades on all fronts, widening inequalities and pushing millions into extreme poverty and hunger. However, my message today is a bit different. My message today is about hope. It's about hope because we know the course to change, the course to transform, the course to go beyond these multiple crises. This is how we have to work together, to move ahead together. It's about investing more and investing better in education. It's about changing the course of our way to learn and teach. Since your last meeting, UNESCO has set the ground for this. As you know, we released an important pioneering publication, The Futures of Education, 3 years ago, which actually outlined a new social contract for education to reimagine more sustainable and peaceful futures together. And then other big events, our world conferences this year on education for sustainable development, last year in Berlin, but also higher education in Barcelona this year, adult learning, and next month, the early childhood care and education, respectively in Marrakesh, Morocco, and Tashkent in Uzbekistan. All these events, all these big movements we are building for education are mobilizing governments and all partners around this notion of transformation. And our new strategy on TVET, among other important topics UNESCO is working on, aspires to support countries and giving children, providing youth and adults with the right skills in demand. Another important initiative I want to mention is Campus Africa. Campus Africa is about having a better connection between African universities and the rest of the world. It's about supporting infrastructures for knowledge and research in the continent. And the program of your meeting, of this triennial, takes this wide angle, this wide lens, which is necessary today to really harness the power of education and the power of research and science. The United Nations Transforming Education Summit, a real unprecedented initiative led by the Secretary General himself, as you know all, provides the political capital we need today to change the course. And it also generated a bottom-up process, which is about an unprecedented mobilization of all countries of the world around the national consultations and providing now national commitments to transform education. It's about some 133 countries, including 46 from Africa, from your continent. And this is about really acceleration of SDG 4. This is about changing the system of SDGs and putting education on top of the priorities for the next decade. Well, all we are doing now is about also addressing the big issue of inequalities. Inequalities are actually increasing all over the world, and equity is the starting point for all transformation. It calls for new policies, policies that address all barriers, keeping children out of school or keeping children not to learn as they should be. And it's about integrating responses which can encompass different sectors, which traditionally were separated, and talking and taking decisions in different rooms, health and nutrition, environment, digital transformation. All these different sectors have a role to play, and we want to valorize as much as possible a true intersectorial approach. And UNESCO is the right organization which can do that. So this is the message of the joint continental education strategy for Africa as well. And this is the first of its kind. Our Spotlight Initiative report that will also be released here in Mauritius, Born to Learn, puts a specific focus on foundational learning in Africa, which is one of the most important spotlight initiatives coming from the TESS, the Transforming Education Summit. And it's also resonated with a call to action by 6 partners, including UNESCO, made in New York a few weeks ago. I really support the collaboration with the African Union and ADEA on these 2 assets. Bon, Excellence, plus que jamais, moi je pense que les partenariats et la solidarité, ces nouveaux concepts de solidarité, sont vraiment les ingrédients essentiels toujours pour tenir nos engagements et pour transformer la société comme il faut. Les appels à l'action lancés lors du sommet par des coalitions de partenaires dans des domaines critiques ont le potentiel aujourd'hui d'accélérer le progrès et la transformation. Moi, je vous encourage, vous tous, les États membres, mais aussi les partenaires présents, à les rejoindre. Le comité de pilotage de haut niveau sous l'ODD 4, co-présidé par l'UNESCO et la Sierra Leone, est chargé par le secrétaire général d'assurer un suivi efficace du sommet. Il s'agit de traduire tous les engagements que les États membres ont pris en actions concrètes. Et il s'agit d'avoir des concrètes mesures pour évaluer les progrès faits. La jeunesse, surtout. La jeunesse africaine porte en elle l'avenir. Elle doit aussi avoir une voix active, une voix proactive dans la transformation de l'éducation pour construire l'Afrique que nous voulons. Un continent où tous les talents humains peuvent s'épanouir, un continent où tous les jeunes peuvent trouver vraiment les moyens d'avoir un futur meilleur. Je vous souhaite une réunion constructive, très riche et un apprentissage mutuel et je vous remercie beaucoup pour cette opportunité.